Remind you guys over and over, for those of you who want to doubt me, let me just remind you all here on this Sunday night. Thanks for being here, MMT. Sunday Evening Spectacular underway here, and we go directly to, let's look at THR, and you're talking about a weekend that was big time for movie theaters, as we had Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible 8 combine for the biggest Memorial Day weekend ever. Lilo and Stitch, the biggest opening ever Memorial Day weekend, so obviously huge, right? You look at the numbers here. Lilo and Stitch on the 3-day, let's zoom in so you guys can see, 145.5 million. Why am I making that really large right now? Because this is where I remind you that we're the gold standard, and we're good. This is from Thursday night, the box office preview show. Listen to this guy. I think he's pretty good. Let's check out the prime 10:30 at Burbank. What the hell? There's actually a lot of people there. I need to reevaluate what I put for this film. I gave it 145 for the 3-day. But wait, what? What was that? Did you say? I'm sorry, I missed that. Did you say 140? I believe the gentleman that you're listening to there on whatever that channel is fucking good. 145. Let me just go back to the. What's that? What's that number right there? 145. What? How? What happened? Who is this guy? Nostradamus, baby. I am the box office prophet. Do not doubt the power of MMT, the gold standard. Just a reminder. Also, I'd like to call your attention to the fact that we had MI8 at 68, and if you look at the 3-day, it was 63, so we were right there on that too. But man, we pretty much nailed Lilo and Stitch. Don't mess with us, man. We're good, baby. That's how we roll here on MMT. Thanks for being here again as we discuss the upcoming summer season. We just kicked it off in grand style, as I mentioned, the biggest Memorial Day weekend ever. So we look ahead to the calendar. I think that's what we want to do here on this Sunday night. Let's look ahead to what is coming out over the next several weeks. And I'm going to start with next weekend. And you can see Karate Kid Legends, which already opened overseas. I think it's about 15 million, not a whole lot. I'm hearing some pretty bad things about this film, but it's another family-centric kind of thing that will draw family audiences into the multiplex. That's great. So here comes another film. It will be hurt by Lilo and Stitch because we've talked about how families like coming to the movies for sure, and summertime more than any other time aside from Christmas as well. But you look at anytime you have a big film that takes your demo and then kind of exhausts them for a little bit, that refractory period, then you're probably going to pay a price. So I don't think it's the best release date on this thing, but who knows? You know, Cobra Kai is very successful, very popular show. The problem with this film that I'm hearing is that Johnny's not in it, and Johnny is Cobra Kai, right? He's the reason that you watch that show. He's the heart of it, not Daniel. So because Johnny's not in this, I think you're going to suffer. I will try to see it for Thursday, but I've got a lot of options. Look at what's coming out this week. Bring Her Back, which is the follow-up to the two YouTube dudes who brought you that last one. What was it? Talk to Me? Which I like their direction. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I didn't get a chance to see it early. So I got to pick between Bring Her Back and Phoenician Scheme. So cast your vote now. Which one do you want me to watch on Thursday? I want to see Phoenician Scheme, because I really am up and down on Wes Anderson, right? Remember, go back to French Dispatch, very high on that film. I also liked Asteroid City a lot more than everybody else. I love his filmmaking, right? All of those shots, the way that the color, right? The way that he shoots a film. I don't always love the script. It's always quirky stuff, and it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I think one of the reasons French Dispatch works so well because you had the 3 different stories. But Asteroid City kept me there. I was into that film because I always like aliens and weird shit too, so I'm not going to lie. That was part of why I enjoyed that film more than some of Wes's other work. But that film opens up this coming Thursday. I'm not sure if that's a platform. I feel like it is because Focus likes to do that, especially with Wes Anderson. So cast your vote now. Which one do you want for Thursday night? Bring Her Back or Phoenician Scheme? Don't pick Karate Kid Legends. Don't do that to me, okay? The weekend after that is Ballerina, and that is getting pretty solid reviews, although remember, Lionsgate's the studio that said, if you have something negative to say, hold it until the day before it opens. We talked about that Thursday night if you missed it. Lionsgate sent out an email to people who saw it early, and they said, if you're going to accentuate the positives, as I always talk about with those early screenings, if you want to have access, you got to be kind, then you can talk. You can tweet. But if you are going to hammer it, I need you to hold it until the day before it opens. So they're trying to gatekeep, and I'm not going to play the game. I would never agree to that. So that's why I love seeing the movies on Thursday when they actually open. I don't have to worry about the studios. I can hammer whoever I want because God knows no one goes harder than me in this space. No one. It's not a contest. No one. And no one's as good. Let's just be honest. It's both those things. No one has the ability to detonate films and also be objective as I am. No one. Because the majority of people in this space either have no talent, as I've talked about, or they're agendized. They are hard left. They are. Almost everybody here. But I'm centrist. Oh, wait a second. Yep. That's what makes me better. Because I don't go into a movie like a Civil War at the end where we drag the president out and shoot him in the head and go, oh, well, if that's Trump, it's great. That's fucking weird. Why are these people like that? Even if you disagree with someone, like the Luigi situation. What? Oh, okay. Just drag people. Oh, he comes out of his hotels, blow him away. Oh, let's celebrate that. Don't even get me started. But a lot of the film critics in this space will be like, yay, those are the people I love. And look at those people in life. The film critics I'm talking about. Dude, again, this space is full of a bunch of losers. Oh, my God. Like, if it was a bar full of women or men, whichever way, they're going home empty-handed every single time I talk about it because they are. They're not cool, man. We got that going for us, too. They wore a soccer jersey / football kit. It wouldn't even fit. Their bellies would be sticking out and shit because some of them look like Jabba the fucking Hutt. It's like, have some fucking respect for yourself, man. Don't look like Jabba the Hutt. There's one guy, one of the critics I told you guys, comes walking in, can hardly move, needs a cane, and I'm not making, it's not, I don't believe it's a physical ailment. It's the fact that the dude is like 700 pounds. You got to put some work in, man. I could be 700 pounds if I ate my fucking ass off. Hostess ho-hos and Twinkies and Little Debbie Star Crunches. No, you got to do the work. Okay, that was quick. That's MMT. Guess what you're going to get. I can't control it. It's going to all of a sudden just come out of nowhere. That's how we work. In addition to Ballerina, you've got Life Chuck, which is Neon's counter programming play. And of course, that won the People's Choice Award at Toronto last year. So it's going to be wild because this year on the Oscars, we're going to have 2 People's Choice winners going for Best Picture, and typically when you land that, you get a Best Picture. I'm hearing good things about Life of Chuck. I'm excited to see it because Neon, even though a lot of times I hate their shit, when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're unwatchable, like Anora, okay? But when they're great, like Handling the Undead, I'm like, oh, man, this is what I'm talking about. So Neon, listen, I know some of you watch here in the offices, whether it's in L.A. or New York. You guys know this. I'm fair. But I will savage your films if I need to. I'm not going to hold back because I'm not worried. I don't need your permission, and I don't care if you invite me. Don't invite me anymore to these screenings. I don't care. Don't need them. That's the thing. That's what the beauty is. Once you remove any studio's access to you caring about them inviting you to something, you are untouchable. I don't need your invite. I don't have to go first because who cares? If it means I have to accentuate the positives, ain't playing that game. We're going to play the real deal. And then a bunch of smaller films that week. In addition to coming up on the 12th/13th is How to Train Your Dragon. which should do very well with family audiences. And I think that is in a great spot because we talk about here now the 25th of May, and then you talk about June 13th, 3 weeks-ish? So you have plenty of time to regenerate family audiences and going back to the multiplex, because that's one of the things that hurts these films is when they come in one on top of another, as we saw back with Mission Impossible 7 when it got sandwiched between Spider-Verse and Barbenheimer. You had Transformers doing well that summer. Just a bunch of films really combined to hammer that. So if MI8 does not perform markedly better than MI7, there's no excuse. It had IMAX. It had a lot of PLF, not all, because Lilo and Stitch had some for whatever reason. Lilo and Stitch does not deserve to be in PLF. That film looks like Disney Channel. I saw it on a small screen up at the 8. I love that theater. It's very cozy. But who cares about watching Lilo and Stitch in Prime? What? So I can get the Disney Channel experience in a theater? Film is not cinematic in any way. As you guys know, watch the evaluation from the other day. It's a very short video if you want to watch it. Not much to say about it except, right? Although we nailed the number. After How to Train Your Dragon, that weekend we have Materialist, which is A24, that Celine Song, her follow-up with Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal. I'm so tired of that guy. I know you are too, guys. Don't act like you're not. I'm telling you, he's manufactured. Right? Hollywood manufactured Pedro Pascal. He's not organically popular. He is being foisted upon us and forced into our mouths. Open up. Like right when you're a little baby and mommy's like, hey, here comes the airplane. Open wide. That's Pedro Pascal. Open wide, everybody. Here comes the Gerbers. And you're like, oh, hey, peas? Fucking peas. Pedro Pascal is the baby food peas of stars. That's gold. I want that to be clipped and sent directly to Pedro Pascal. Yes, sir, you do nothing for me. Not a single thing. He's not even in shape. Like, he's got Mr. Fantastic, whatever the fuck he's called, Reed Richards. I don't care about comic book movies, but I know a bare minimum of what they are, okay? I'm not the lore guy. I don't have a collection of comic book nerd shit behind me. Look, this is the first episode, and look at this action figure. I have that shit in a box. But it's not like I have it out other than my Wolverine figures, you guys know from Secret Wars 1984 or 5, with the black claws. That's always here. It's like once I grabbed it out of the closet, I left it on the desk here for MMT. But Pedro is not the guy. He's just not manly, okay? And that has nothing to do with the fact that he's doing some stuff like, very pride-ish kind of stuff. I'm just saying, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You have to be manly to be the stud guy, the alpha male of the leader of the Fantastic Four. I know that some people somewhere want to give you some image of a man that's very feminine and very weak. And no. We were raised, Gen X, with the Stallones and the Schwarzeneggers and the Seagals, badasses, okay? Van Damme. You look at that, that's the blueprint that I want to see in a film like a Fantastic Four, and Pedro Pascal's not that. I love that I called him the baby food piece. That's so good. Oh my God. Out of nowhere. June 20th. Little less than a month away. One of my most anticipated films of the year. I'm with you. Sadvik, 100%. He's not even a good actor. Watch the trailer for Fantastic Four. I will watch it later, and I'll show you the line. He's like, I think we'll be okay. It's not even like he looks like he doesn't even know what he's doing. He just sits there. Like, I could do that line better. Listen, guys, we're going to get these motherfuckers. Like, that kind of right tone. Instead, it's like, I think we're going to be okay, or whatever the fucking line is. It's just not good. He's not good. He's very beta. Sorry, he's the beta Gerber peas of actors. And do you think that Disney's going to invite me to see Fantastic Four? I'll see it when it opens, Disney, because I don't give a shit about your fucking invitation. It doesn't mean shit to me. So don't worry. I'm not going to be sending you an email saying, can I see Fantastic Four early? Because that way I can be like Christopher rates it and rate everything early. don't forget, Christopher Rates It is the barometer here at MMT. We'll check in with what Christopher is rated here shortly. But 28 years later is coming out on June 20th, and you talk about, now listen, I will go kiss Sony's ass to get in that. I want to see it early. You guys want me to see it early because you know there's a good chance I'm going to love that film. I think 28 weeks later is amazing. I think it's better than Days. I'm one of the few. I love that film. It's massive in scope, even though you're in London and then it opens up. It's got everything. I mean, it's so underrated, okay? So I can't wait. You've got Danny Boyle, who we've already ordained many times here as the most underrated working director in the entire universe that we know today. He is. Name someone. He's as versatile as any director has ever been when you look at his filmography. I go back to a film like Millions that is an absolute cherished favorite of mine, right? Very small, intimate film, family and moving and losing mom. There's so much great stuff in that film, and you got that score. Oh, God, I love that film. And then you look at even something like Yesterday, which if that is given to a director who's not talented, then Yesterday is going to be a disaster, okay? That's how important he is. So if you ask me, and we talk about this all the time, singular directorial imprint, who in that director's chair makes fucking difference, it is Danny Boyle. It's obviously a Nolan. It's a Villeneuve. These are the people, right? Not everybody's like that. You guys hopefully are aware of that. And I love him and can't wait to see this film. So there we go. I'll be begging Sony to get into that. Elio, the Pixar movie, comes out the same day, so you got a nice little synergistic play there. I mean, I think a film like 28 years later with really great reviews, which I believe this will have, I don't think there's a way to screw this film up. Not from what I've seen from both trailers. There's just almost no way. You got that synergistic play of the horror / dark drama with the family film. So I'm going to tell you right now, 28 years later is the surprise this summer when it comes to box office, especially with great reviews. Watch out. That's the film I have circled, not just because I want to see it, but I'm telling you, I feel it. That film is ready to break out in a big way. So the 20th of June is going to look really great. Can't wait. The rest of the stuff is really small. 27th, no, I don't want to donate to you, AP. 27th is F1. That's the other film that has a great, it's Sunshine's great. And how about that score, Luis? That score. When they're just like ramming the ship into the sun. Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. Again, go back. We talked about Danny Boyle. He's so diverse. He can bring a film in like Sunshine and Millions and Yesterday. There isn't. There isn't another director really that can do that because every other director kind of works in a certain space. You look at Denis. It's very much in that space, right? The Arrival, even Prisoners, and obviously you look at Dune. He's working in that same kind of dark drama space. You look at what he can do, Danny Boyle, and you're talking about comedy into horror, into drama. That's really hard to do, and that's why he is and will forever be one of the most underrated directors ever to work in Hollywood. F1 is in a tremendous spot because I think that this film, because obviously you're talking about a sport that is one of the biggest, most successful, most popular sports in the world, not necessarily in the United States, but overseas. This is a film that's going to destroy overseas and do a little bit under on the domestic. We talk about that 1-to-1 typically, or a 1-to-1.2 when you look at like 200 million domestic, 250 million international. That's a nice typical spread between the domestic and international. I think an F1 is going to end up being like 200 domestic and 500 international. I mean, it really has that opportunity because you've got Brad Pitt, you've got Kaczynski coming off of Top Gun Maverick. It's an IMAX. It's big. It's a movie you want to see in a theater. I think Warner Brothers and Apple, man, what a team. And Warner Brothers is going to make bank with Apple on this film market. That's going to end up being, if not the biggest movie of the summer. I mean, obviously the family stuff. But outside of that, it has a real chance. I think F1 is bigger than Fantastic Four. I'm calling it here tonight on the 25th of May. I'm absolutely. Marvel's in trouble. And here's the thing. Here's the deal. If Fantastic Four is not great, not good, great, then we are going to be in massive trouble for Marvel as they have a lot of time off before we get to Avengers. But it better be great. I don't expect it to be great, but it better be great. Megan 2.0 is the same weekend, and I have no interest. But, I mean, listen, the first one was a little bit of a surprise hit, as you guys know. That's why we get a second one. It's in summer. You know, kids will go see it. It's meme-y. It's TikTok-y, and that means that it'll probably do well. You look at Jurassic World Rebirth. In fact, let's watch the trailer here because I think it's time to, break this up just for a second and watch the trailer. I have not watched trailer 2. Listen, Jurassic World does not do anything for me at this point. Okay, we've only seen this how many times? This is another freaking version of the same film that we've seen. How many Jurassic Worlds have we had? 10? How many do we have? I don't even know. Is it 10? All right, well, let's get ready. Let's watch. It's time for a Trailer Reacts Live. I've not watched this yet, but here it comes. This is the trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth, Trailer 2. Let's go.
Open the door! Please. I'm sorry. Please open the door for me!
I mean, I like that start for sure. Looks a lot better than the last one, just that alone.
On the island we're headed to, 24 species have survived there alone.
I like this cast a lot more too, right? I mean, do I have to do this? Watch out, Weber's going to get in trouble. Scarlett Johansson is better than Bryce Dallas Howard, right? I mean, she's just bigger star. Bryce Dallas Howard's fine. She's fine. She's not a star, okay? She's a good supporting character like The Help, but she's not the lead of a franchise. And Scarlett Johansson is, right? Super hot, great body, and a good actress. Oh, Weber, how dare you objectify? I'll say what I want. My stream, fucking hot. Banging body, man.
The theme park owners did experimental work. Maybe only the worst ones here.
I mean, the wonder of seeing the T-Rex and it's gone, but I mean, audiences love it. So don't discount the fact this will probably get close to $1 billion again. I mean, I like that shot right there. Anything underwater, the Godzilla kind of thing. All of this looks way better than the last one. You know the problem I have, you guys know, Universal's giving you the whole movie. I'll keep watching, but they're giving you everything good. They have something going on at that studio. Whoever's in charge there definitely believes in giving the audience everything, and you going, well, I saw it in the trailer, but now it's an IMAX, so it looks a little better.
Don't see that every day or ever.
How did Mahershala Ali end up in this? Paycheck.
Let's go.
Total paycheck.
If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
And then that guy, Jonathan, what's his name? He's in everything. He's in Wicked. How many movies is this guy going to be in? He's like another version of Pedro Pascal. I like this guy better than Pedro, but again, I just don't need him in every movie.
Maybe we should make this quick, huh? Time to move.
Pterodactyls. Great. Whatever those things are.
In a place where we don't belong.
That dude was awesome in Companion. Tell me you guys saw Companion. Companion was so good. One of my favorite movies of the year, right? What a smart script. That dude was the guy with the mustache.
Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.
She's just charming. In addition to being smoking hot, she's a smoke show, as they used to say. I don't think that's cool anymore. Too bad. She's a smoke show, and she just has a really strong screen presence. Why do you think she's such a big star?
She's scared. She's scared though.
Uh-oh, here comes an even bigger T-Rex.
Come on, run!
Oh, that thing looks like an alien. That looks like Alien. What the fuck? It is. It's the alien dinosaur. It's total alien.
We're not gonna let you get hurt, okay?
Hey!
Whole movie. Let's keep going. A few more minutes.
It was a source.
Well,
we found it?
No, it found us.
Well, it's the whole fucking movie. Should I just review the movie here tonight? Oh, I like that shot of the eye. You know, Gareth is a great director. He's perfect. A whale dinosaur. Cool, man. Yeah, you know, fine. Okay. Coach, it's always you and the two globes. You know that, Coach? Every time. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. She's fucking hot, man. Come on, guys. So that's Jurassic World, whatever. But, you know, listen, it'll do well, obviously. And Universal's making another one because they make $1 billion every single time. July 10th, 11th is Superman. Okay, so Superman is in a really interesting spot because we're in the middle of summer. It's after July 4th. You're still going to have some Jurassic World audience there, but Superman's such a huge film, and everyone's interested in at least seeing what James Gunn did with it, even if I'm very underwhelmed by the trailers, right? It's another film from Warner Brothers after F1 this summer, even though it's Apple, Warner Brothers. When you look at it, this is everything for DC. If this film does not deliver, okay, at a level that is exceptional, elite, greatness, then DC's in huge fucking trouble. Okay, so that's how much riding on Superman. And James Gunn knows it. Warner Brothers knows it. So he better deliver not a good film, a great film. I'm tired of good, or worse, like Mission Impossible 8. Disappointing. You need great. I want greatness. That's what Marvel needs. Greatness. Can it get there? It hasn't lately. Hasn't lately. July 18th is I Know What You Did Last Summer, which will probably do decent numbers. Nostalgia, right? Horror. Smurfs. Oh, God, that looks terrible. That looks so bad. The jokes. Ooh, I had to sit through that trailer right in front of Lilo and Stitch the other night. I'm like, why am I here? And this is really torturous. And then we had Eddington, which is not getting great reviews. Overall, people are not thrilled with Eddington, which means Ari Aster might be a 1.5 trick pony. When you talk about Hereditary, and then you look at Midsummer, Midsummer's not nearly as good as Hereditary. Hereditary is a horror classic. And then you look at Beau is Afraid, which is one of the worst films ever made. So if Eddington's anything like Beau is Afraid, as tonally disastrous as that, which I believe it might be, you know, it's done. Ari Aster's over. I'm never working with him again. I don't care what he wants to make. I don't even care if it's a horror film. You're not working with me again. Not for like 1 or 2 films. You have to prove yourself again. And I have a feeling Eddington's going to be bad. And look, by the way, go pay attention to who said it's great. Remember when it comes out. Remember those people because they're going to try to distance themselves from it. Nope, you don't run from your evaluations. You stick to them. And that's exactly what I do. I've never run from evaluation. You guys might not agree with it, but I've never gone, well, over time I've changed. Nope. The only film I ever did that was Moneyball. Why did I tell you I did that? Because I watched Hugo, then I watched Moneyball on the same day. I don't like watching 2 movies at once. I was not in the mood for Moneyball. Now, I need to have at least a 24-hour, preferably 48-hour refractory period before I watch another film because I need to be in the right headspace. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in the right headspace. That's why I don't go to festivals. I don't want to watch multiple films. Well, there's other reasons. I don't want to see any of those people. Ugh. Biggest group of losers you ever could encounter. Seriously, film critics are fucking losers, man. They really are. Name one cool film critic. Go for it. You can't use me. Name someone. Go. Come on, guys. Come in the comments. Gone Girl, pop them up. I can't see them because I'm like deep in what's coming out this summer. But if there's anything, oh shit. Thank you. Hold on, everybody. Can we have a timeout? I gotta find them. Shit, they're here somewhere. This is my bad again. This is something I'm very disappointed in myself. It's time for the Sunday night shades. They're in effect. You guys see them? Here we go. This is my fault, Kuzma. This is a big credit to you for reminding me that I do not have the shades on. What a disappointment I am again and again and again. Sorry, guys. Let's continue. A few more, and then we're almost done. We're almost done, then we'll move on. I just want to get through all the movies. Then we're going to do this again. Together, the Neon movie, which is now being sued because it's like another movie, apparently. They ripped it off. That's the word. So we'll see what happens with that. August, we start to wind things down, but early August looks strong with you have Bad Guys 2. You have Naked Gun, which looks horrible. And then you look at Weapons, which I'm very excited to see, especially if that tone stays dark. If Krager makes a really depressing film, which I believe Weapons can be, right? Based on what it's dealing with. children lost and death and destruction and depression. Oh, hell yeah, I'm all in. I can't wait for Weapons. Freakier Friday, no interest, but watch out. Look at it. It'll probably do well because it's the kind of thing that preteens will run out to see. And then obviously Nostalgia Play because it's the sequel. And then you look at the 15th, Nobody 2, and a bunch of small films. And then the 22nd, we're pretty much done at that point. Once we get to the 22nd, we're talking about Americana, the Sydney Sweeney crime thriller, maybe. But I mean, these are smaller films, right? Because that's when it's back to school and people are not really talking about movies. Toxic Avenger runs out the summer there on the 29th. So that's what we look at. There's your entire thing. Well, of course he did, Luis. Of course Matt Neglia praised Eddington because Matt Neglia he's shilly, right? We've talked about that. He's not, you talk about someone who is completely unreliable, it's Matt Neglia, 100%. I wouldn't trust him for an evaluation if you paid me cash. I wouldn't trust him. Look who our show of the week is again, guys. Let's do it before we get into another trailer. I want to pull up and explain why he's back. I mean, listen, we could make him the soup of the week, the soups of the week. We can make him, you can make him the show of the week every single week. This is a guy. Let's go and look. Here's his Instagram page. Weber's doing it again. He's being mean to people. Would you rather have me be mean? Can I ask you, would you rather have me be mean? Or would you rather have a world where shills like soups run wild and no one calls them on it? Do you see, can I ask you a question? Do you see anybody coming after me saying he's a shill? Has anyone, and if anyone says that, they don't know what the meaning of shill is. There is no one who is more violently anti-shill than me. Nobody in the space, not a single person. I don't care who you name, nobody. Okay, something to Stockman. Holy shit. After he made his movie, he's like, I can't be mean anymore. Of course you can't, because now you're working in Hollywood. This is why I'm detached. I don't have to worry about this shit. I can savage whatever I want and not worry about the approval of Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal, Sony. Don't care. Don't need it. Don't want it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Because I have credibility, which nobody else has. Nagley has none. Oh, fuck, no credibility. Zero. Literally zero. If you think that guy has credibility, you need to get your head checked. Dude has no credibility. And Matt, if someone shows this to you, you know it's true. No one would ever say Matt Neglia is my go-to guy for reviews. No one. Because you don't even you don't even know how to savage a film. Not an awards film, because you got to sell your advertising for your site. And you can't sell advertising for your site when you hammer Eddington, when you hammer the next Neon movie, because then they're going to be like, wait, you hated the film, so he can't do it. He is handcuffed. So that means he's unreliable, and you should never listen to that dude. He's useless. Literally anything that guy says is fucking useless. So enjoy that, Matt. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're proud with that, because that's who you are. And I'm right. It's not mean. It's 100% accurate. Say what I just said about you to me. You can't. There's no way you can say it. That makes me a hell of a lot more believable, hell of a lot more authentic and objective and also fearless, and I will destroy these films. You've never known what that's like when it comes to a film that everybody, the Poor Things of the World and the Anoras and the Babylons, just like Fantasy, they have to play along because they're all film Twitter losers. And let me tell you something, film Twitter's full of losers. They're losers in life. They've never done anything. They don't even live a real life. Life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be watching movies all the time. I played volleyball all day today down in Huntington Beach. I loved it. Oh my God, he's in Huntington Beach. He's a white supremacist son of a bitch. You guys have no fucking clue. Do not play that game with me, okay? I've told you a billion times the way we were raised as Gen Xers. We valued everyone the same way. That's how it works. You lose the value in who you are when you show me that you are unreliable, that you are not trustworthy, whatever that may be. I don't care about any of that other stuff. So the point is that you gotta live a real life. That's what makes you better than these other people. Soups, sorry, that was a long-winded intro into our show of the week. Let's go through and have a look here at what, and this is why he won again. First of all, here he is interviewing Tom Cruise. Now, remember, when you interview a star, the studio is only going to give you access, and this kind of access, if you are relentlessly positive about the film. Let's watch his interaction, his meeting with Tom Cruise. Hold on. Volume.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I gotta tell you, as a diehard Mission Impossible fan, I think it's one of the best acted scenes of all time. MI3, the interrogation scene.
I can figure out how to get whatever.
9,
Listen to me. I want to help you. I want to help you get whatever you want.
I am obsessed with that scene. I study it down to a science.
He studies it. He, at home every night, he's watching that scene, studying it. For what, Soups? To be how to figure out how to be authentic? I don't know. Why is he studying it?
What was kind of like the rehearsal process going into that, and how do you guys bring it to life from the page to the masterpiece?
It's not just that. There's other things here. There's another one. Here's the other one. Check it out.
What's up, guys? We're on the set of the next Mission Impossible with the man, Tom Cruise. Tom, this is a massive production. There's obviously a lot at stake going on.
They flew him in to interview Tom Cruise on the set of Mission Impossible 8. So what do you think he had to say? Guys, let's listen to what he had to say. Here's the reaction.
I just watched Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning, and Tom Cruise just ended this franchise on a huge banger. First things first, the plane sequence they've been marketing.
Why does he talk like that? The plane sequence. The plane sequence.
It's the best stunt in the entire Mission Impossible franchise.
Why is he holding his microphone? Is that cool? This kid's not fucking cool. He's not. He's not cool. He's a shill. He's relentlessly like, everything's so great.
I thought we had seen a lot of it in the trailers and stuff, but there was so much more of it in the movie, and it just constantly leaves you blown away.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's at the end of the movie. But listen, guys, you understand. Why is he here again? Why do you think he's here? Because this is how you play the game. It's exactly how you play the game. By the way, tonight's kit is Aston Villa. Why am I wearing Aston Villa tonight? Because they are the last team in the Premier League in to the extra league, the Europa. They got in at the number 6 spot, right? 6. So I figured I'd break out one of my, I think, 4 or 5 Aston Villa kits. This is one of my favorite. Perfect nighttime one, right? If it was just pink instead of yellow, it'd be just ideal. But it is our MMT kit of the night. Talks like a 6-year-old. Sotfik, I mean, this is the world we live in now. This guy has way more of a following than I'll ever have, but it is what it is. I don't care. Listen, I'd rather have credibility. I would rather have authenticity, and I'd always choose to have the ability to savage things and not be a cheerleader unless I truly believe in things. And the problem with someone like a Soups or a lot of these people in the space, Neglia, you never can trust them because you can't know if what they're saying is just for the fact that they have an interview with Tom Cruise or that they want to advertise studio space on their website. I have none of that. So I don't care. So that makes me better. Oh, God. Not even a contest, guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't know what to tell you, man. Ain't no contest. All right, get ready, guys. It's time for the MMT evaluation of Last Rodeo. By the way, we are 39 minutes in. Have I even taken a breath other than the trailer? I needed like a second. Nobody in this space is able to do and hit as many topics without stopping, without 7 other heads here than me. I don't care if we have the views. I don't care if we have the likes. I don't care if we have the subscriptions. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if this is American Idol, like this is your fucking champion, the man, the myth, the legend, it's time for MMT evaluation of Last Rodeo. This is from Angel Studios. Angel Studios is the same group that brought you Sound of Freedom, faith-based films. And before you dismiss this film, let's talk about it. I saw it last night. It is time for the MMT evaluation. Here is the brief trailer for the film.
Do you remember everything that you put all of us through the last time you rode? You will not get on that bull.
Well, then what are we going to do about Cody?
I'm gonna be okay, Mom.
$750,000 for first place. You got a better idea, I'm all ears.
We've got some incredible news. The rodeo legend is going to compete for the first time in years.
Give me the green light! Joe Wainwright. 3-time world champion. Rides again. This is going to be big.
This ain't the senior circuit.
Good luck. You're going to need it.
Joe Wainwright competing at over 50 years younger.
I'm grandfathered in, right? Well, you right about that granddad part. Come on, Joe! Oh! His grandson's sick, and he's got to earn money. That's why he's here. You gotta focus, Joe.
In my seat, I only ask once. That went well.
Yeah, very. Be patient with her. She loves you fiercely.
Can Joe Wainwright keep up?
I'm fine.
Of course you are.
That's a genuine, true legend right there.
Here we go!
Come on, Joe, get in! Get in!
Yeah. That's some redneck Americana right there. And I like that kind of film. So I had a feeling I would actually enjoy this, and I do, because of that grounded blue-collar Americana feel. We don't get enough movies like this, okay? Chris Pratt talked about this very fact a few years ago and got dragged all over the place. People, oh, what are you talking about? Listen, first of all, if you ever have a take about something, do not let the internet bullies change your mind. Not going to happen. We need more blue-collar films, okay? Absolutely. And this film touches on that. This retired rodeo champion, as he says, I'm going to give it one more try against the current crop of badasses because my grandson needs brain surgery. Okay, so it sounds melodramatic, and I'm not going to argue that we get close to tipping over the edge of this being too much of that. But, why does it work? Because you have very strong ensemble performances led by McDonough, but also you look at the partner in crime here. Do you remember the detective from Heat who sits in the room with Ashley Judd at the end of the film? And Val Kilmer comes up and he's selling her the deal about what you need to do to get yourself off the hook. That dude, I haven't seen him in forever. He's in this movie. I'm like, oh, I love Heat, right? At that moment, I'm like, hey, it's good to see this dude again. He's in it. The daughter's really strong. The kid's good. Everyone is grounded. Everyone is very authentic. And I like that in a film. Listen, I told you, it does get close to the melodramatic side of things, but it manages to pull back on the reins, baby, of the bull, and to keep itself grounded. And ultimately, I always love a grounded film, right? So that's where this is. There is a faith-based angle, but it's not bashing you over the head like that Fireproof, the Kirk Cameron movie, right? It's not like that. It's like one of the characters says, I'm going to read you a Bible passage. Or, do you believe in God? Whatever. There's just some of that here, but it's not relentless. So if you're averse to that, and there's nothing, listen, if you are, you are. But I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue for you because remember, ultimately, I just want a film that has real characters set in the real world that are struggling. You go back and you look at National Anthem, a film from last year that I really liked. Similar feels, more artistic. I like that film more than this film. But again, grounded, blue collar. That's what I want to watch. I want to watch more of that. More of this and less of Jurassic World 78. Okay? It is over long, about 15 minutes. I mean, you look at the runtime here, it's an hour and 58. That is too long. This film should come in at 140, 145 max. So I need 15 minutes cut, and I can find them. They're there. They're 100% in this film. You can see it, and you feel it, and they got to go. But I am recommending this film at 85%. Strong B for me. And if you're looking for some counter programs, something different this summer, because we have so much of the Lilo and Stitch, the Mission Impossibles, and then obviously next week, everything that's coming in over the summer we just talked about. This is the kind of film that I like for a change up, and I recommend this film. 85% for The Last Rodeo. Anyone else see it? Couple comments on that, and then we will go and do anything about another trailer I think we've got tonight. Got some can discussion. We've already been through so much. I mean, 45 minutes in here. Yeah, I know, right, John? When's the last time, let's go back and look. When's the last time we saw one of his films? I'm going to hit this here. It's been a long time. And I think he does an admirable job. It's not directed like, oh my God, right? This is elite direction. But I think it's capable. I think it works for what the film is. In a film like this, you don't need to do a whole lot. You look at Fried Green Tomato. Oh my God, back to 1991, right? I mean, it hasn't been he's done some TV as you look here. Let me pull it up, make sure you guys can see it. But you look at what he's done, and it, you need a studio like Angel Studios to say, hey, this is a guy who's done it before. Let's bring him in. And he's getting up there in age for sure. How old is he now? Well, I can find it on Wikipedia, but he's not a little guy, not young anymore, right? He's up there. But I think it's admirable direction. Obviously, if it wasn't strong, then I wouldn't recommend it. But again, I think that he loses control of the runtime. And there's scenes that need to be compressed and or removed, and like some scenes need to be extracted, right, and then condensed. And there's just stuff to do here. And I would bring it in at 140. It's a better film, but it's not the end of the world at 158. But it just feels a little bit long. Angel Studios' tendency to go long. 100%, Johnny. I agree with you. And you look no further than the Sound of Freedom, right? Sound of Freedom was a film that was way too long. Every scene went on too long. Not a great film. This is a better film. I like this a lot more than Sound of Freedom, but it's not going to do the number Sound of Freedom because that had so much press with Mel Gibson pushing it and all that. But listen, don't quickly dismiss a studio like an Angel Studios because it's faith-based. I don't do that. That's what makes me better than everybody else too, right? Because there's so many people in this space who are like, it's another faith-based film, right? Because they're agnostic, right? I mean, and listen, I told you, I believe in God, okay? I was raised Catholic, so I am spiritual. Do I practice my religion all the time? No. Do I pray? Yes. But a lot of these critics are agnostic. They're atheists. They're just not at all any kind of spirituality to them. I think you can feel that. I think you can feel that with me. Do I go hard? Yes, but I think you go, this guy's authentic. This guy has a force, a spirit. And I think that's what I'm looking for. And again, this is what makes us better than everybody else. We're able to watch a movie like Last Rodeo and say, hey, this is recommendable. And I think you give it a chance, no question. Steve saw MI8, thought it has a funny joke at the beginning. I'm pretty sure Cruise wanted Haley Atwell to give him. No, watch out, Steve. I mean, yeah, you know what, though? She's no Rebecca Ferguson. I like Haley, but Rebecca Ferguson's like, holy shit. I don't blame. She's not, listen, she's not unattractive. I'm just saying, Rebecca Ferguson's like a whole nother level. I know, Steve, you know that. You're with me on that, right? Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the Go MMT. Really appreciate it, Steve. One of our cornerstones here on MMT. Been here forever. And I always appreciate Johnny and everybody who's here, and Satvik, all of you who come in and watch. It's awesome. I like doing the stream. It's fun. I need a break, certainly, between streams, because when I'm done with this, it takes so much bandwidth, right? The bandwidth to do this stream is a lot. Robert, thoughts on Studio Season 1? Had fun with it. Here's the thing. You know what, Robert? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I didn't get to episode numbers at 10, right? I ended up at 9 where they're in Vegas and they're looking for Cranston. That whole thing, I have not finished it. I'll talk about it next week. I'm not in love with the start of this. The whole drug, mushrooms and all that. That's Rogan stuff. I don't like that. That's Seth's thing, right? Pineapple Express. That's just what he does. I'm not a big druggie, so that stuff doesn't even work for me, right? I don't sit around and shroom, okay? So it doesn't even really register for me as a joke. But there are and have been some great episodes. The Oneer and then the Golden Globes are the two best episodes of the year. Episode 1 would probably be 3. I'll watch the end of it. We'll talk about it. It did get renewed, and I hope that in the next season, we maybe go a little bit darker with the drama. I like the comedy. Don't get me wrong. We can still do it. But I think we need to mix it in and make it more of a dramedy and a little bit less on the comedy. It's not easy to do because the writing team is already set on one path. You need to bring in someone who's able to mesh that. Really, when you look at a comedy and a drama, whenever you have that really works, it has to mesh, and you can't have the tonal abrupt changes and mess with the film and the feel of it or the show. And that's not easy to do. It takes a very skilled writer to be able to write both things and then again to have them cohesively mix. So I hope that's what happened in season 2. We'll talk about that final episode and my full thoughts next week. I just didn't get around to it. I played 5 hours of volleyball today, so I was a little bit behind. Let's talk quickly about Cannes because it's over. I'm going to make this pretty quick because I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I can't trust anybody at Cannes. Who can I trust? There's nobody. So I can't trust. Okay, why can I not trust anything at Cannes? And what happened? What happened last year? Guys, what happened last year? Help me out. Anora ended up winning Palm and Best Picture. I'm sorry. The fact that won anything, that film, holy shit. Do you think I'm ever going to... I can't trust anything that's said here. Any winner, I got to see for myself. It was just an accident wins the Palm this year. It's from the Iranian director who brought us that movie Snuck Out of Iran back in 2012. I think This Is Not a Film. So it's his follow. Is he at another film? I don't know for certain, but I know this is his latest film, and it did win. It sounds good to me. Moral thriller that finds 5 dissidents debating whether or not to murder their former torturer. I mean, that's listen. I like a dark drama, so I'll probably like this film. Neon is all about Cannes. They got this. They also got the latest Joachim Trier, right? Movie after Worst Person in the World. So that is also in their arsenal. But I just listen. When Anora is your Palm winner, I got to see these things. So sentimental value, even though people are saying, "Oh my God, it's a classic," and no, because I didn't even think his last film, Worst Person in the World, was a tremendous film. I don't hate it. I do not like the chapters. Do not give me a chapter or whatever. I remember it was like 10 chapters, because then I know how long the movie is. I'm like, oh my God, right? Prologue and scene. Oh, no. Just don't let me know. That way I'm counting the numbers. I do want to see Len Ramsey's new film, Die My Love. Listen, that one with Joaquin Phoenix where he goes around and gets the girls that are being sexually abused / used as sexual playthings. That film's dark as hell. Oh my God. If you haven't seen that, I Wish You Were Here. Is that what it's called? Cool score on that too. I want to say Johnny Greenwood did the score on that. So, right? Oh shit. I went to a party for that here in LA. They screened it, and that's where I talked to Joaquin Phoenix. I was waiting for the restroom, and Joaquin Phoenix comes walking up. He's not very tall. I'm taller than Joaquin. He's probably about 5'8", little guy. But he looks exactly how you think. He had long hair. He just looked like, he's Joaquin Phoenix. And he goes, "Are you in line?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And when I sat there and I go, "You know what? I just want to talk just quickly. I saw this, really like it," because I did. I like that film. I like any film that's a dark drama, right? And I like Lynn's filmmaking. Kevin, the one, something about Kevin. I think she's making a movie coming up with what's his ass who got in trouble, The Flash, right? When you look at him, he's such a talented actor. Hopefully he can get his shit together. But apparently she's writing a vampire movie with him, which I think's great, because even though you guys are like, "Oh, he should have been canceled," I can't argue some of that, but I'm not a big cancel culture guy. So if you're able to rehabilitate and get back on the right side of things, who am I to say you should be canceled? I mean, all these people are casting stones, and half of them really have some shit that if they had public, they would be like, "Oh my God." So why are we doing it? So unless they do something heinous, like truly heinous, okay, then I think there's a path to rehabilitation. That's my belief, okay? That said, if you're a criminal and you do shit, I want harsh penalties. I'm talking harsh. I'm not talking, there's no, in my society, if like these home break-ins that are happening here in LA, they're all over the place. If you're talking about a home break-in, right, and someone gets into a house and they break in the middle of the night, tie the people up, steal the shit, and these nice houses happen everywhere here, these home invasion robberies, you're going to jail for 5 years minimum. There is no parole. None. 5 years. The second you walk into someone's property with the intention of stealing stuff, then you are going to jail for 5 years. There's no 3 strikes, 5 years, period. We need to be more harsh, really strong with our punitive moves. If we do not do that, we're going to end up where we are, and it's getting worse and worse here in LA. I talk about it all the time. I don't even like to leave Burbank. Burbank's great. It's safe as far as it goes out here. But once you like bleed into Hollywood, Studio City, and you're outside of Burbank, or you're in a city that has the LA police force, watch out. You've got homeless, you've got robberies, you've got assaults. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Escape from LA. It's not. This is not, what I'm saying is not hyperbole. It's 100% accurate. And we need to have harsher penalties. If we do not, we're going to have more and more of this. So back to where I'm at here. At the end of the day, I can't get too excited about any of these films from Cannes because I can't trust any of them. How can I? How can I trust any of them? Again, because Anora won last year. And there, people will say pretentious. I mean, no question. I mean, that comes up a lot, Kusma, that these films, but remember, Substance came out of that, and that was my #1 film of the year last year. So I have to watch, let's just say, if I had one festival that I was most excited to see the films from, it'd be Cannes. Everything else is a little too poppy populace, right? It's just too much of overall not dangerous enough. I want to watch something that's edgy. I want to watch something that takes chances, and I think that Can will get you that. Look at The Substance. No further than that, our number one film of last year. Let's watch another trailer. Someone wanted me to watch this. I've not seen it. I saved it for Sunday because I figured you all wanted me to watch Caught Stealing.
Next weekend?
He's back, everybody.
I gotta go.
Yep, he's back after The Whale. Holy shit, The Whale.
Plans
How
take
bad
you
is
by
that film?
surprise?
Help me out, guys.
Shop online and
It's
choose delivery
so
or pickup
terrible.
options at IKEA-USA.com.
Okay, I don't want to go to IKEA. We have the biggest IKEA in the entire world here in Burbank. Do you guys know that? Yeah, it's right down the street. I never go to IKEA because their stuff's a pain in the ass to make, right? Oh, you buy it and it's all in a gigantic box. You have to pull it out and find this screw and stick it into that nut and oh shit. Screws and nuts. Screws and This is Caught Stealing. He's back. Let's find out. I have a feeling tonally this is not gonna work, but let's watch here. Trailer reacts for Caught Stealing.
What the hell happened?
Some last call. Drink them if you got them.
I like Austin Butler a lot. You guys know I think he should have won for Elvis over. Oh my God. How weird is it now that you're talking about now you're going from Brendan Fraser to the guy who should have won. Wow, it's weird. But yeah, Austin Butler was amazing as Elvis Presley. How do you not win? I mean, how do you win anything from The Whale? Oh, what a bad film.
Back to your place and you can take advantage of my poor judgment.
I depend on
I
your
love
poor
Zoe
judgment.
Kravitz, too. We've talked about Zoe Kravitz. First of all, that directorial debut, Blink Twice, fire. It should have been on my top 10 of last year. I love the direction. She's fantastic in the studio. I like her. In Batman, she's okay. I don't think she's great, but she's really strong in the studio. And then her directorial debut, Blink Twice, was straight fire.
I want to know if I can take this seriously.
What do you need to take us seriously?
I don't really like when Austin Butler does that, right? He's acting right there to take it seriously. He's almost like sounds like he's still Elvis, right? He's acting. Like, just let it go, Austin. He's leaning on it, right? He's doing too much. That's a note.
Come on, kids, get a room.
Sorry, Miss Kitty.
Oi! What the fuck you doing, geezer? Is that the best you can do?
Oh, it's Matt, what's his ass? I like him. He's versatile. He's a weird-looking dude, right? I mean, not a good-looking guy. He's not just like the GQ dude. He's got that weird sunken eyes, almost Hills Have Eyes look.
To London. I need you to take care of my cat.
Brutal.
I like dogs.
Yeah, the tone of this looks really like something I'm going to hate.
Hey, is Russ home?
I hate goofy comedies that aren't funny. Like this, right? Tonally.
Who are you? What's the baby, man?
Who did this to you?
La pistola. Either I get what I want.
This feels like another version of Anora.
My pistol. Talk from me.
These guys, you must.
I love how they don't put The Whale up there. One more time. These are all Aronofsky's films. One more time. Let's look at what they pulled up again. Hold on. Where is it? Director of. One more time. Yep, exactly. Do you see The Whale? Hell no, you don't. You don't see Mother either.
These guys you messed up with, they're scary monsters.
I don't know anything.
Sweep me in the fucking head, you swine!
Yeah, this looks really unwatchable, man.
What the fuck did you get me into? Darling, you got to let me know.
Welcome to Narnia.
You ever seen that meme from what's her name, Chrissy Teigen? Who's oh man, I don't know about her. There's some dark shit with her. She's like this, right? That's me.
Should I stay or should I go?
How much is there?
Over 4 million.
Shit.
Everyone gets a cut. The Russians, the Puerto Ricans, the Hebrews.
What the fuck are you doing? Oh.
So what happens to me?
You're fucked.
You run away from what you're afraid of.
These are the kind of films I really hate. I know I'm not going to like this. You know, I can tell. Just the tone. This isn't funny. Right? Oh, everyone's quirky and weird, and look, it's kind of good. No, not working.
Buckle your seatbelt.
Oh, the release date's terrible, too. August 29th. Oof. End of summer. That means this movie's bad. You can just tell the release date's terrible. Terrible release date. Like Memorial Day, or excuse me, Labor Day, people don't give a shit about movies at that
What the fuck is going on?
What did I tell you guys I like in movies? Grounded films. This is about as ungrounded as I've seen in a long time.
Either we go deeper or pick it up.
Looks like he's put some weight on. It looks like he's hitting the weights. Yeah, he's bigger for sure. Good job, Austin. You know that to be a big movie star in this town, you got to have a pretty decent physique. You look at Ryan Gosling. When he was making like Blue Valentine, he wasn't that big. Then he got to Drive. He started to put some weight on. He was bigger. Crazy Stupid Love had the six-pack. Then all of a sudden, he's Ryan Gosling, right? He's jacked. Ryan Gosling's not a little guy. He's about 6'1". I've talked to him twice now. He's not a little guy, and he's built. And so is Ryan Reynolds, about 6'1". They're not little guys. Jamie Foxx, 6'1", built like a linebacker, fucking jacked. It just helps because here's the deal. Ultimately, as an actor, you have to be able to pull off different roles. So if I have you be Mr. Fantastic, you have to. Oh wait, Pedro ruins that because he's not even jacked. But you should. He should have been working out and looking good. Pedro Pascal is a very 5-ish physique. I mean, at best, right? 5.5 physique. Okay? Not like Jabba the Hutt 1 physique, but a 5.5. That's not good enough for the lead. For a lead in a comic movie, you better have at least a 7.5. Fuck, boy, I got an 8.5, 9, man. What are you doing in here at a 5, Pedro?
I don't want out.
Should I stay or should I?
Oh, good call, Gongro. 100% Guy Ritchie. I hate his films. I really do. Across the board. Not every one, but any one of his films like this, I hate Guy Ritchie.
A guy that can take care of his shit.
Asshole!
I can handle it.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. I'll watch it, but I'm going to hammer that film. I can't stand tone like this. It's not funny. Nothing in that whole thing was funny. Look, here's a quip. Here's me being quirky. Here's a character being weird. Oof, man, dude, if this is bad like The Whale's bad, The Whale was unwatchable. Oh my God. I remember watching that one of the early screenings here in LA. This is when A24 pretty much said goodbye to me. They actually invited me to see that. And I went to see it, and I came out of The Whale, and I walked into the party afterwards, which had everybody. Sadie Sink was there, along with Brendan Fraser, and and I looked, I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't even do this. Like, I can't be in this room with these people because I'm going to say something out loud that's going to be really get me tossed. Like, that was fucking horrible. So the A24 reps come up. There's two of them, and they're both out of New York. I'm not going to say their names, but they're two women. And they come up and go, so, Eric, what do you think? And I'm like, this is some shit right here. I didn't even hold back. I said it. They were like, Brendan Fraser's like 5 feet away, so I'm like, and they're like, you don't like anything, Eric. I'm like, hold on. My number one movie of the year is X. And Lamb was that year, and I love both of those. A24. Oh, but all we care about is the movies that we want you to like. Oh, so wait. You just said I hate every movie. I just said I loved X and Lamb, which is from A24 if I last checked. So what are we talking about here? That's what they only want you to like what they have, the awards film. Lamb ended up being kind of a player, right, for international feature, but X wasn't an awards film. They're like, who cares? Do you like X? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's an A24. You see, this is the ridiculousness of these studios. They don't care if you love something they don't really care about. Like, look at Handling the Undead. I was the highest praise of anyone on that film. I called it in the future a horror masterpiece. I believe it will be. Handling the Undead is a brilliant look at depression and loss and grief, and oh man, it hits. And that film I was so high on, and Neon's like, we don't care, you just hated Honora. I'm like, too bad, man. What do you want? I'm not going to love all your films. What do you want from me? This looks terrible. I don't want to watch it. This is not anything that I even remotely want to see. All right, guys, get ready. It's time. I think we did everything. If I missed something, too bad. I got to pretty much everything I needed to. We're over an hour. You only get so much with me. And then I'm like, I got to go. And the fact that Gone Girl's still watching, usually sometimes Gone Girl's like, that's it, I can't do it. And I don't blame Gone Girl for leaving sometimes, because sometimes it's too much here. I kind of like the comment tab. Do you guys like it? All right, get ready. It's Comment Blast Closeout. I'm going to go back in and grab the song for tonight, and I'm going to play it. And then Gone Girl, if we have a comment from anything tonight, hit it. Here we go. Back to Chapter House. Shoegaze on a Sunday night. Happy Memorial Day, by the way. If you are out celebrating, be safe. Obviously, enjoy the day off for a lot of you. And as always, we thank you for being here on MMT. Comment for itself, plus Tom Cruise gives his best performance of all the MI movies. I disagree, but you listen. I don't think MI8's the worst movie ever made. I just think 7's better. You look at a Fallout. You look at all the films that preceded this. I mean, you look even like an Alec Baldwin. He raises a film, right? You just don't get those feels in this. In Renner's edition, there's so many great things going all the way back to the 95. It's just a disappointing finish. I can't even, put it any other way. It's unfortunate. I don't love it. Some of you seem to like it a lot more than me. It's fine. I don't think you're the worst. I think you have to admit 7's better than 8. I mean, and why do I keep saying that? Because it's the first half versus the second half of the same story. So if you're asking me which one should be better, it's the second half, not the first half. That's the problem. You don't want to peak in the first half. You want the second half to keep driving. Look at Endgame, Infinity War. Infinity War is a very strong film, and then you have Endgame wrapping that. So at the very least, you think they're 1-1. In this case, it's like 2-1, 7/8. That's not good. That's bad. And it's a disappointment. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Back here on Thursday, come in with your votes in the comments. If you want me to watch either the A24 horror film or the new Wes Anderson, your choice on Thursday night. Come in the comments. Let me know. Until then, peace out. Thanks for being here on this Memorial Day. I'll see you back here on Thursday night.